Okay, we're going to take a look at the expense form when you open it from the main menu. So when you first open it up, it's going to go to your last record you entered in the system here. But it's quick, simple, and easy, self-explanatory. Just when you get ready to enter in a new record, just come down, click New Record at the bottom. You'll always enter the date in first. So you can click that little calendar beside it. Click the date. The invoice number, this is optional field. If you have an invoice number that's on the receipt or whatever, you can put that in. It's optional. The payment method, you must put a payment method. By default, it's going to put cash in there. But you have a list of, if you keep up with different payment methods, Comdata, Visa card, MasterCard, anything like that. If you need to add any new payment methods, you can click this little button to the right and open it up, and that will be all of your payment methods. This is where you set it up over in the company profile also. This is the same form. So if you need a new one, just click Add New, type it in there and close it, and then it will be in that drop down list. But at least if you're not going to keep up with the payment methods, at least just leave cash in there. Any notes, it's just any miscellaneous notes you may need to put in with the expense record. But down in the expense category, this is where all of your expense categories will be broke down. Now you will create your own categories when you first start setting up your expenses. This will be ever how you want the program and the reports, profit and loss reports, to break all your expense records down into different categories here. So you just go through and just enter in your category and the description. The category name is what you will see in this drop-down list. The description is what will automatically fill in over here for you by default. So if you just went in and say business fees. Now you can back this out and type in any detailed description in here you need to, or you can add to it here. That's just going to automatically put a short description over there, just keep you from having to fill in the same thing every time. But the short description does show up in a lot of the reports, so do put a little short description in there. Alright, another thing you will see over here is maintenance record with this little checkbox over here. When you enter in your expense categories, if this expense is related to your truck, trailer, or your APU unit, any of your equipment, any of them that you want to show up in the maintenance records or maintenance report, be sure and put a check mark over here. That way, anything that you put in there for trailer repair, truck repair, PM service, or anything like that, these records will automatically show up over in your truck expenses or your truck maintenance. Like right here, if you go to maintenance, anything that has that check mark in it is going to show up over here for this truck profile information. So that's where that's going to show up at. And always be sure, if you do want this into a maintenance record or truck report, put a check mark in here. But when you put that check mark over in the forms, like right here, if you went to truck PM service, as you notice, it put in the default description here, and it automatically put that check mark in there for you just in case you was to forget it. But once you go there, and then you just put in your amount, whatever it may be, and hit your tab key and tab down to where it shows you totals down here. Now, if this was truck, trailer, or APU related, always be sure and pick your truck number or trailer number if it's a trailer, or your APU, and maybe put your odometer reading. This truck mileage, that will be odometer reading, not the actual mileages. Then your APU will be the hours on it. Most of the APUs has a hour calculator on it, so you would put that. Now, if this was the oil lube for this truck and you're keeping up to where it will notify you when the next one is due, we showed you over in your truck profile, just be sure and put a check mark in this PM over here. Then that way, if it's not a PM, if it's not an oil change, it's just a repair or a part, something like that, don't put that PM mark, don't put a check mark in there. But you could also, if you had an expense that came up later that you needed to associate to one of the trips, you could either go back, find that trip, enter it there, or just put in the trip number right here, and that will automatically add it over there for you. Okay, while you're still here on this one expense here, so if you had your receipt and you want to scan a receipt in here, or you may have a receipt already on your computer, but to scan one, just load it in your scanner, come right here for your first one and click scan. This is going to open up your scanner. Select source. If you have more than one source, click on your scanner, click select. Now your interface may look a little different from this one. This is a Brother's printer scanner. But one of the best things you want to set when you're scanning in here, because it saves these documents as a PDF file. And to keep these down to a small size but still clear, choose text, and then the resolution, choose 300 by 300, scan type black and white. That way the PDF file will stay small there if you need to email or anything. And then just simply click scan. It just takes just a minute. It's going to scan your receipt. And there's your receipt for that expense. So that way you could always go back to this expense right here. If you ever need to pull up that receipt for it for any reason, you'll always have it right here. Now, if you already had a receipt on your computer, if it was PDF file format or whatever, you would just click load file and go find that one. Now you could, if you wanted to add another one to this one record right here, you can either add page from file or add page from scan. But if you have a totally different receipt and you want to keep these two separate right here, just click new record. And if you had it on your computer, you could click load file. It's going to open up your folder directory. Go to where you have that receipt at, and I'm just going to pick this one right there, expense PDF file. Click load, and it's going to load it right in there for you. So that's how that works. And then if you go back to your receipts. There's your first receipt. There's your second receipt. You can open these up in a PDF, Adobe Reader if you wanted to, or if you just need to print one of these back out, just click print. You may have one of these that you need to email to somebody, maybe the company that you purchased this from, and they need a copy of that receipt or invoice. You can just click email. It's going to automatically attach it to the email. Just put in their email address, subject, message, click send. It's going to send them a copy of this receipt right to them through the email. Okay, over in the expense list tab, this is going to list all the expenses in the whole database. So if you're looking for a particular expense you need to go back on and look for, just go through the list and find the one and click on the button beside it, that binocular button, and it's going to go back and open up this. If you want to see that as record 1 of 1. So if you want to show all, and that goes back, opens up all of them. Or you can sort it down sort by category. Or if you have an invoice number, you could even sort by an invoice number here. Type that in, it will pull up that particular invoice number. But you can sort by category. So if you wanted vehicle insurance, pulls this up, it's going to pull up all your insurance payments you made right here, certain dates or whatever. Click on that button beside it, it's going to go back and open it up. If you have a whole lot of them, you need to sort them down, break them down even more by date ranges. You can put in start date, end date, and click sort by date, and it will sort them all out by a specific date range. Or if you want to sort all of them by date range, just put in the start and the end date. So that's how you would do that. This duplicate record button. What this is going to come in handy for is, say you have a monthly payment. Say it could be your insurance payment. Could be, we're going to pull this one right here, insurance payment up. Right there. So that's your truck insurance payment. You make this every month. So instead of having to come back in here and re-enter all of this information, see, it already has your vendors and everything in it. Instead of having to re-enter all of this, this was for September 16th. You're making a new payment today. You need to pay this exact same thing again. So instead of having to re-enter every bit of this, just click the duplicate button. And that just duplicated everything, and it put the new date in it right here for the 8th. Or if you need to change that date, if it was yesterday or the next day, you can still click the calendar and change the date. But that just duplicated all of that, so you don't have to enter it all in again. And when you enter an expense in here, if you need to associate a vendor with it, if you have their phone number, just type in the phone number and it will pull them up right here. Or you can search them by name, by the vendor name. Go down through the list and start typing the name in, it will pull it up that way. And if you need to get their detail, click this little button here. It's going to open up that vendor with all their information in it. So that is how you enter in all of your expense records.